Hello. Today we are looking into the disappearance of Anna Walsh. She has been missing since December 31st. Well, I guess technically January 1st. But her and her husband had a party at their home, and then a friend was there who left around 1 or 1:30 a.m. and that's the last time that anyone besides her husband can account for her. She supposedly told her husband that she had a work emergency and needed to fly to Washington the next morning. That is what he told police. There have been some updates. I'm not extremely up to date on this case because the first time I channel for a case, I like to do it before I do too much research. So I do have an article up here that I'm going to be referring to from CNN. It is the article titled "A Timeline of the Missing Massachusetts Mother Anna Walsh and Her Husband Brian Walsh." It was posted on January 12th. I will link it in the comments if I remember. If I forget, let me know. But that's what I'm going off of here. So from what I can remember, the short clip that I did watch, they have recently found stuff in a dumpster and also found some blood in the basement, or traces of blood in the basement, something like that. So let's start with, what was the energy on December 31st before their New Year's Eve party began between Anna and her husband? So one for her husband, and one for the energy in between them. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 8 of Swords reversed. So she was very family-minded, while he felt like he had given too much, or he didn't want what he had anymore. He had this family, he had this wife, he had this life, and he just didn't want it anymore. He wanted freedom. There's something that had been like a recurring problem, but I'm not feeling like it's a problem between the two of them. I'm feeling like it's a problem that he has that affects the two of them. And I know that he's been in trouble in the past with the law, but it's not that. It's something else. It's like something personal with him that causes this like rift or tension in their relationship, and it like goes away and comes back. It goes away and comes back. Clarifier for the 10 of Pentacles. The Lovers. Yeah. She wanted to she would have done whatever it took to keep her family like, maybe not necessarily together. She might have walked away at a certain point, but I feel like she was willing to stay through a lot and sacrifice a lot to keep her family together. 8 of Swords reversed. Death in reverse. Yeah, the 8 of Swords reversed is about freedom. And then we have Death in reverse, which is about, like, when mixed with the 8 of Swords, it's like, I want freedom from this recurring negative pattern. Like, that thing that keeps going away and coming back, going away and coming back. What can we know about that? Because I know that he's been in trouble with the law, but it's not that I'm seeing. It's not that. This is like something from long ago. Page of Cups. Something from long ago. Inner childhood. Something from childhood. I guess it could just be childhood trauma that affects him in a negative way. But if that's the case, it would be like childhood trauma that he is then like doing himself. Like whatever was done to him is what he's repeating. He's repeating those patterns. Clarifier for the Two of Pentacles reversed. 8 of Wands. So this is for his energy. And the Empress. He was trying to fast talk her. He was trying to confuse her. This would be like if one partner, in this case him, has this unresolved trauma from long ago, likely from childhood or just like from when he was younger, and instead of healing from it, he just keeps lashing out in the same way that he received the trauma. And it would be like if the other partner was like, come on, we gotta work on this. And then the partner who was doing it was like trying to confuse the other partner. Like, it only happens because you do this, or la 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 la, something like that. Like fast talking, trying to confuse her. And that's funny because I see him as like a fast talker. A fast talker that doesn't like respect the intelligence of maybe women in general, or maybe just her. Like either he thinks it's easier to like pull the wool over her head, so to speak. Maybe he's been doing it for a while. Yeah. About what? 3 of Pentacles. Some kind of collaboration. It's some kind of Queen of Cups. It's like some kind of, something happened in his past that was traumatic to him. But like he still lets that person in his life and then takes it out on her and then tries to make her feel like it's her fault. Like, I'm not doing this because of that person, I'm doing it because of you. Okay, so we have December 31st. Okay, so this was before the party. What was the energy between the couple during the party when they, well, I don't know if it was a party gathering. New Year's dinner. Okay, dinner. With a friend named Jim. So what was the energy between Anna, Brian, and Jim? 3 of Cups in reverse. Brian is the 10 of Wands. And then Ace of Swords in reverse is Jim. She was confused. It's almost like she picked up on some tension, but may not have realized it at the time. But we have 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is like, would be like, let's say the 3 of them are sitting at the table and Jem is picking up on some kind of weird tension, but it almost seems like it's like Anna trying to please the husband and get him to not be mad anymore. So she's making it seem like she's the one that's going above and beyond. So it's almost like possible that Jem could have consciously or subconsciously thought, oh, okay, maybe Anna did something to upset him and now she's trying to make up for it. Being a little extra nice or going out of her way to do something like that, like above and beyond what would be normal. But she definitely picked up on some kind of hostility, but it's almost like she was seeing that Anna was not able to fully be herself, and it seemed like the husband was like stressed but not trying to like show it. I feel like it's possible Anna said something to Jem along the lines of, I'm sorry I haven't had that much time to do stuff, or I'm sorry I haven't seen each other that much, I've just been really busy. But I think that that actually is partially due to something that's going on with the husband. Either just like not having that energy for other stuff because she has to spend so much energy trying to like manage the husband and his whatever's going on with him. Brian and Anna went to bed shortly after the friend left at 1 or 1:30. He told investigators. So the friend left at 1 or 1:30. The friend shuts that door. Brian and Anna are in the house alone. And what happens? Let's break this down. What happens from 1 to 3 a.m.? The sun. Something came to light. King of Pentacles reverse. Something has to do with finances. Seven of Swords, betrayal. Some kind of betrayal that has something to do with finances. Something that he was trying to have not be brought to her attention, but she like found out. It's like Magician in reverse, manipulation. Communication with someone. She found out he was communicating with someone from his past that he shouldn't have been communicating with. Either shouldn't have been, or said he wasn't, or maybe someone that he got in trouble with in the past. She found something that made her believe or proved to her that he was communicating with someone from his past that had been in a bad situation with him or done something with him that could have gotten him in trouble or did get him in trouble or like led him down a bad path. Three of Wands reverse. It's like he was like, no. Hold on, I feel like I can see it. They're standing in the kitchen. They're standing in the kitchen. They're in like the corner of the kitchen. No, it's not what you think. It's not that. It's not that. It's not cheating. It's something financial. It's like some connection from his past that either they had agreed together that he wouldn't communicate with this person, or Five of Cups reverse. Yeah, moving on. This should have been in your past. You shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't be talking to this person. This connection. It's like you're meant to move on from the energy of that person. Like that person, if you start talking to that person again, that person's going to lead you down a bad path. I'm not saying that somebody else knows that Brian did this or whatever, allegedly. I'm not saying it was like a plan for two people to set this up and then him to do it. That's what I'm saying. But it's like a fight sparked between the two of them because he was communicating with someone from his past that is in some way associated with behavior that she does not favor. Something to do with finances. Something. King of Pentacles reverse is like exploiting something too. So wasn't he like got in trouble for selling fake art, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got in trouble for selling fake art. So this would be like the card for that. So maybe, I don't know if somebody else was involved with that. I guess it could, I could be seeing not a person from the past, but like a situation from the past. Maybe for some reason, it would be like if that was going to get brought up again in some way and she was bringing it to his attention. No, it's somebody from the past. It's somebody he was talking to that has something to do with that. Either they helped him in some way with it or were involved with it in some way in terms of like the art fake painting selling. Or it could just be that they know something and then brought it up. This is what the fight was about, that allegedly, in my opinion, happened after the friend left on the morning of the 1st. Okay, so they get in a fight about that. I'm seeing them in the kitchen, in the corner of the kitchen. I don't know if there's been pictures posted of the house. I'm seeing like a long kitchen and like a in the corner, but like it's like an uncomfortable. It's like she's like pushed up into the corner and he's like right in front of her. Allegedly, my opinion. Okay, so they have this. I don't think that this was a scream match. This was more of like a shut up, stop talking about it now. Shut up, stop talking about it. I don't want to talk anymore. Shut up, stop talking about it. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. I don't want to talk about it. I pull a card. Knight of Cups in reverse. Moody. Trying to shut it down instead of stop the flow. Trying to not fight about it. Trying to not fight about it because it would trigger his emotions in a very negative way, and she didn't let it go. That's what it was. I wonder if she maybe had a. So if she goes into the night very nervous because she has this friend coming over and there's tension between her and the husband. She doesn't want the friend to know because she wants to keep it very private. She doesn't want to tell anyone what's going on. She overcompensates through the night so that she keeps the husband happy and keeps the friend not wondering. And then at the end of the night, during the night, it would be like maybe she had half a glass of wine more than she normally does, just so she could kind of get the courage to be like, hey, by the way, we have to talk about this. And then after the friend leaves, she brings it up. He gets in her face, says to stop, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it, stop. I'm hearing we're not starting the year like this. Like just like that. We're not starting the year like this. So I feel like they are in that corner. He's in her face, telling her to stop. She doesn't stop. They walk away. Or they walk out of the corner. I'm feeling it's him that backs up, though. He backs up away from her. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, a lost opportunity. Chariot in reverse. No, she wouldn't let it go. Not like maliciously, not like she was like going after him, but I feel like it was like okay, can we talk now? Like now's a good time. Let's start the year off on the right foot. Let's talk about our feelings. We're both awake, you know, maybe the kids are asleep or somewhere else. I don't know. I'm feeling like they're in the house. I'm not sure. I have to look. Like, let's talk about this right now. He didn't want to. She had no idea he was going to snap in the way he did. He was in her face. She dropped it for that period of time because he walked away. She let him cool off, and then she brought it up again. Did she bring it up again when they walked in the bedroom? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. Impulsiveness. What did I say? Did she bring it up again when they walked in the bedroom? Yeah, it's like though she let him cool off and then kind of like, it's like you poke, you make a little poke and see how the person reacts, and then you give it a minute so you can determine, okay, this person's in this mood, so I need to bring it up this way, but I'm going to bring it up because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about now. And the King of Wands in reverse couldn't handle it. It was like, no, you're going to stop talking. You're going to stop. We're not talking about this. We're not starting the year off like this. We're not doing this tonight. You're going to stop talking. But she was like, no, now is the time. Like, I can't let it. We have to talk about this. We've been putting it off. Do they have one of those beds that has like the canopy posts? Somebody let me know if you know if they have a bed with a canopy post. Okay, so they go into what I believe is the bedroom, allegedly, in my opinion. They go from the kitchen, in the corner of the kitchen. They're in the corner of the kitchen. He's in her face. They're talking about it. He walks away. She lets it go for that moment. I'm feeling like it's not long after that they go upstairs. I'm feeling like it's him that goes in the bedroom and she follows him. And it's not like she follows him like, let's talk about it. But she follows him to like maybe get dressed or changed or something, and then like kind of casually bring it back up since it's kind of already been out there, so might as well just get it over with now. But he couldn't handle it. What happens then? Tower in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. And Justice in reverse. And Six of Cups in reverse. It's like he tried to walk out of the room. I'm seeing like him in one corner of the room, her in another corner of the room. She's like getting changed or something, and he's like doing something. Maybe writing or reading something or pacing back and forth. And it would be like if she said something else, he kind of said to himself, I'm going to snap. Maybe he said out loud, I don't know, but allegedly. And then he walks out of the room and then comes back in and snaps. He tried to walk away. I don't know if maybe like, I'm feeling she didn't say anything else. Like I feel like she said something. He got up from the corner, walked out of the bedroom. And she didn't say anything. But he like either changed his mind or maybe he thought she said something under her breath. I don't know. But he like goes out of the room and then turns back in and just like all the built up rage is what surfaced in that moment. Justice in reverse was like retribution, like Seven of Pentacles reverse. He wasn't thinking long term. This wasn't something that was planned. This was something spur of the moment snap. It's something that had been building up, like the energy behind it had been building up. But this wasn't something that he was like long-term planning. This was like in the moment snapped. But snapped about something that had been a problem for a little while, or like on a recurring basis. has something to do with, it really has something to do with somebody from his past. But it's not like it's not romance. It's not like he was cheating. Well, I mean, he might have been, but that's not what I'm seeing in terms of why this happened. Something to do with money. It could have been something that someone found out about his past, or it could be a person from his past. I'm feeling more like it's a person. What was Brian's energy? What was Brian's energy when he walked out? Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm seeing them two in the bedroom together, kind of on separate corners. And then she says something. He tries to walk away, leaves the room, goes out in the hallway, kind of does like a 360. Should I go back in? Should I calm down? Can't calm down, goes back in. So I'm going to pull a card for when he walks out of the room. And then I'm going to pull a card for when he walks back into the room, in my theory here. Allegedly, in my opinion. So for when he walks out in the hallway. Blinded to pain. It's like a bunch of flies on her chest, and then she's blindfolded, and she has a bloody lip, and I think that's hair coming out of her at the front. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's hair. I'm not sure if it's lipstick or blood. If it's lipstick, it's smudged like blood, but she has bloody lips, a blindfold on, and then flies all over her chest. He thought that he could pull a fast one on her, and she wasn't falling for it. She wasn't blinded. The bloody lips is like him snapping and kind of that rage, just like attacking. And then the flies here are representing like he thought he was so above her. He thought that she was just trash. In his mind, that's what he thought. He thought that she was lucky to be with him. The energy, when he, okay, so this was out in the hallway, spins around, goes back in the room. Black, so we got a bunch here, but I'm just going to read them all. Oh, wait, they're all reversed, or they're all up. Okay, so this one. So we have 4. Black flower fragrance. It's like a woman who's, doesn't have a shirt on, and like the flowers are kind of going away from her, like dropping. Alone in the world, with a woman sitting on a bench or like somewhere to lay down. Masquerade, but it's in reverse, so he was tired of playing pretend. Colorless angel. So he walked out in the hallway. He was blinded with rage. He thought, I'm above her. She's trash. She's not falling for me, trying to pull the wool over her eyes. So I'm going to use my blinding rage to solve this problem. Walks back into the room. It's like black flower. So black flower would be like the darkness. And then the fragrance is like darkness is all he could smell. Like he smelled blood. He smelled rage. And then we have alone in the world, which is kind of self-explanatory here in terms of what happened when he walked back in the room. He had a wife, and then when he walked out of the room again, he didn't have a wife. He was alone in the world. She's on the bed here, so I wonder if something actually happened on the bed. And then we have the colorless angel, which honestly, to me, it looks like blind rage. All he could focus on was that blind rage. Goes back in the room, attacks her on the bed, my opinion, allegedly. And then this is, to me, him sitting at the edge of the bed right after it happened. Like, did that really just happen? Like, kind of like... And then, okay, well, at least I don't have to fake it anymore. Or I didn't want to have to fake it anymore. I didn't want to put on this mask anymore. Let me see what else we have here. Brian told police in the morning Anna got ready and kissed him goodbye and told him to go back to sleep. She usually took Uber, Lyft, or taxi to the airport between 6 and 7 a.m. He further told police a babysitter arrived in the afternoon and he left home to go get groceries around 3 p.m. Okay. So Brian goes back in the room. He's full of rage. He does something to her. Allegedly, my opinion. What happened in between that time when that happens and when he's claiming that she got ready and kissed him goodbye? So obviously, if he did something to her, she's not getting ready and kissing him goodbye. But let's say, but think of a time. Okay, so between the time that something happened in the bedroom and 6 and 7 a.m., what was actually going on? 7 of Wands. Protecting himself, setting up some kind of defense, trying to make it through this hiccup, so to speak. King of Swords in reverse. His way. I don't think anybody else was involved in this. I think it was just him. He had to have all the control and because if this was stemming from, like, let's say something that somebody knew about him from his past, he's not going to repeat that and let somebody know about this. He's getting clear of that. So I don't think that anybody else helped him in this. He wanted all the control in this. 2 of Swords in reverse. So maybe he was thinking about doing something, or maybe he was even thinking about committing murder the whole time. I don't know, but like he wasn't planning on doing it right now in this way. Something set him off to do it at this time. He might have been considering it for some time, or he may have just been considering, how can I get out of this situation? Something like that. But this night, it was like somebody just lit the spark. Ace of Wands reverse. He felt like she didn't have his back. She was trying to bring something to his attention to get him to think about it ahead of time so he'd be prepared. And he was taking it as, you don't have my back. Why are you not on my side about this? But she wasn't not being on his side, because she has... Remember, she's this 10 of Pentacles lover's energy. So she was actually trying to fight to keep him, like, out of jail or safe or happy, something. But he was taking it as, you're not on my team because you're like shaming me about this. But she really wasn't. He was just looking at it from a very wounded ego. So he was taking it as, why are you coming at me? Why are you not letting this go? Why are you throwing this in my face? But it was really just her being like, hey, this is something we have to actually talk about that we've been putting off. We have to talk about it. I want to know anything I can know about what happened to, or anything we can know about what happened to Anna. So we have work upside down. So she didn't go to work, which we know. Royalty. Outer space in reverse. Outer space in reverse. Inner space. Inner space. Royalty would be the house. Work. So she was, okay, so we asked about what happened in between then and 6 and 7 a.m. So she was in the house the whole time. I also got Perversion and Boner Zone in reverse. Oh, let me confirm with the card. Ten of Swords. Oh. And my eyes are getting watery. Oh, I don't want to say that. I believe he may have, my opinion, allegedly, my opinion, this is my opinion. This card, post-mortem, that's all I'm going to say. I'm getting that very strong. And I got the Ten of Swords too, so that's like betrayal. Being stabbed in the back. Strength in reverse. Like a limp body. I know that's horrible to hear. I understand that, but I'm just telling you what I see. Okay, let's move on. Outer space, but it's in reverse. I said inner space. Inner space. Royalty would be like privilege. Like, oh, I'm allowed to do this because it's my wife. Clean up. Oh, so he did that and then he started cleaning up. Great, what a picture. Happy in reverse. Just dropped all the cards. Clean up. He was not happy to be cleaning up. Circle with a smiley face. For some reason, my attention's being drawn to the shoes and where they are on the line. It's telling me that he doesn't think that he crossed the line by doing that. This part. Dismemberment. Unfortunately, I feel like this card has come out now to confirm what I said here, because we already knew this, but it coming out now is like confirmation of that. Surveillance in reverse. Surveillance in reverse. So he had the ankle monitor on. Surveillance in reverse. Organized crime, but it's in reverse. It was not organized. It may have been pre-planned to do this, but this actual event of it happening was not pre-planned. This was like a spur of the moment, oh crap, now I gotta fix it. What else can we know about this surveillance in reverse card? Knight of Pentacles reverse and the Moon. Knight of Pentacles reverse and the Moon. About surveillance in reverse. He took a gamble. He took a gamble hoping that he wouldn't be seen doing what he was doing while he was on that. He disposed of her on that route when he left. Well, he had to go out and get the supplies. No, he dismembered her before he left the house. He dismembered her before he left the house and like, well, scattering the evidence would make it easier to get caught, but also maybe not. I'm feeling like he scattered the evidence, like a little bit here, a little bit there. I'll pull a card about that. One of these. He took a gamble on the surveillance, hoping that he wasn't going to be seen. Hoping that he wasn't going to be seen disposing of that, because he wasn't planned for this. He wasn't organized enough. It was spur of the moment. A witness may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. It's the card with the cat and the person sitting in a chair. A witness may not be. What else can we know about that? Four of Swords. The kids? My eyes are getting watery. Ace of Cups. In no way am I saying the kids are being malicious and know something they're not saying. I'm saying that is... because it could be the friend too. Maybe she didn't know what she had seen or picked up on. Witness may not be. The World. Oh. Somebody who saw him when he was out but doesn't know what they saw. Somebody that knows him, though. But it's not that they're covering for him. It's just that they don't know what they saw or don't remember. I don't believe there's anyone else involved in this. I don't believe there's a witness to the crime. Three of Swords in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. A new outlook. Yes, somebody knows something, but they don't know that they know something. Like, it could be that he said something to someone after and the person isn't putting it together yet, that they have some kind of clue. Water supply. Inside. Tunnel. Grandparent in reverse. Oh. Didn't it say he went to his mom's house or something? There's something that's not being all the way forthright about information there. That's what it is. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying they know anything. I don't know what they know. But there's something that's off about maybe the time frame or the energy or what's being told in terms of him going and visiting his mom or parents. I can't remember. It was one of them. There's mom or his parents. Tunnel and inside. We have... They both look very similar, but one's purple and one's black. Black and purple bruise. Inside tunnel. Tunnel vision inside. What else can we know about inside and tunnel? Six of Wands. Page of Swords reverse. Could it be that he has previously said to someone, I'm going to do this? Or maybe like, maybe he said to someone some point in his life, like, oh, if I was going to dispose of somebody, I would do it this way. And that's like what he ended up doing. So he said that she left then on the 1st, but her cell phone pinged in the area of Cohasset, which is where their home is, on January 1st and 2nd. So, and that's the 2nd is also the day Brian traveled to a Home Depot in Rockland wearing a surgical mask and gloves and made a cash purchase of $450 of cleaning supplies, including mops, a bucket, tarps, and various types of tape. So what happened after whatever happened in the bedroom, what happened after that? The devil. So I said, what happened after that? What happened after that? The devil. So did he not kill her in the bedroom? Did he not kill her in the bedroom? 9 of Cups, upright. I don't know if I should say this. I need to pull something that's going to tell me if I should say this or not. One of these. It's in reverse. Interacts, mirrors, confronts, calls out. Opposition in reverse. I believe that, how can I say this? I believe that there was an attack in the bedroom, but it wasn't the death attack. It was like a different type of attack. Where you take something from someone that they don't necessarily want to give you, body-wise. I believe that happened in the bedroom. She didn't want to wake the children, I don't think. I'm really feeling like the children were home. I don't, does it say anywhere? I'm feeling like the children were home and she didn't want to wake them. What happened after that? Knight of Wands. Temper. She thought it was just going to be that, and then he was going to let it go, and he didn't. He somehow got her down to the basement. But she went on her own accord to the basement. He didn't carry her down there. Attack in the bedroom. Okay. Start in the kitchen. Argument. He walks away up to the bedroom. He goes in the bedroom. He's in one corner. She's in another. She says something. He tries to let go. Walks out in the hallway. Turns around. Comes back in. Attack. She thinks it's over. She's trying to be quiet. Somehow they get down to the basement. I'm not clear on that part. How do they get down to the basement? Because I don't feel like he carries her. I feel like she's shaken up, but Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords. So that's the Temper. He knew that it'd be hard, allegedly, in my opinion. He knew it'd be harder to cover it up if it happened upstairs because of all the fabric, I guess. They probably don't have carpet downstairs. He was worried about the fabric. He was worried about having to change the fabric or something like that. Like, he started to attack in the bedroom and then realized, oh, I can't do this here. So he leashed that part of the attack out and then somehow got her down to the basement. That fast talking. It's that fast talking. It's that Eight of Wands, that fast talk, confusing her. I'm going to pull one of these. What can we know about what took place in the basement? Killer will murder again. This was in reverse. Details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. Killer will murder again. Okay, this is making me very uneasy because it's like a child in the picture with him. It's almost like he got into this mindset after he did it where he was ready to end it all, like everyone at the same time. The whole family, including himself. It's because he didn't know what to do with the body at first. He's like, how do I get out of this? How do I get... So he considered at least taking out the whole family and himself, in my opinion. Allegedly, my opinion. If that is the case, then what made him change his plan? Nine of Swords. Anxiety, talked himself out of it. He was paranoid. He was Page of Wands. He was paranoid. He was wondering what everyone was going to say about if that happened. It's almost like he considered if he could make it look like somebody else broke in and killed the whole family and not that it was like a murder-suicide, like I believe crossed his mind for at least a period of time. He tried to think it through and he's like, it's not going to look like that. They're going to know I did it and I don't want to look like I killed everyone. Because yeah, Page of Wands is like extroverted energy, so it's like, okay, I did this, crap, what do I do now? I don't know how to get rid of the body. Okay, I'm just gonna end it all because I don't care anyway. I'm taking the whole family with me. And then it's like he starts to think it through, and he's like, actually, there's no way to make it look like somebody broke in and did that. They're going to know it's me and think I'm this monster, and it was just a mistake. It was just a mistake. So what I'm getting is that he was thinking about doing this or something, or getting out of this somehow, or maybe fantasizing about it and not actually planning on it, but like it was in his mind. So when he snapped, that was what he went to, was just aligning with that reality. And then after the fact, it's like in his mind, allegedly, in my opinion, he was like, man, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. She wouldn't let it go. I told her to let it go. She knows how fragile my mind state is. She knew I needed her to let it go, and she wouldn't let it go. It's not my fault. What more can we know about this fight that started all of this in the kitchen? 6 of Pentacles. Giving and receiving. A two-way relationship from someone from his past. 5 of Swords. Disagreement and conflict due to that. Is it that somebody had something on him? I don't know, maybe like somebody was, it wasn't her. Like if it was somebody threatening to expose him or something for something he did in the past, it's not like she was like, oh, I'm going to expose you. That's not it at all. It would be like if she was like, we need to talk about this. Like this needs attention. We need to figure out how we're going to handle this. And he just couldn't. I'm going to pull one of these cards. I'm just going to pull one. What can we know? I thought it flipped over, but it didn't. Now it did. Edmund Kemper. He came out, but in my other deck from the other Brian reading. Hold on. 1 second, please. I have to look up and make sure I know what this word means. Oh. So Edmund Kemper, the co-ed killer. Gun, knife, and rope. I don't believe a gun was involved here. I think the gun here is symbolic of like that, like all of it coming out at once, all that rage. The knife, I believe, is the dismemberment. And I believe that he probably ended her life through strangling her. I was thinking that a little bit ago, and now I see the rope one here. So Kemper was what I was saying about this after death. Is what Kemper was. So unfortunately, I would feel like this is kind of a confirmation of that. Targeted hitchhiking college girl. So hitchhiking in this Brian's story would be like stopping along the road to just get rid of this and that and this and that real quick. Here, there, here, there. Oh, would drive them to secluded wooded areas, kill them, and then defile their severed heads. Okay, so for me, that card kind of confirmed that I believe that he strangled her. And then, my opinion, allegedly, I believe that he strangled her and then dismembered her and then disposed of her in multiple places along the route where he wouldn't have to stop somewhere for too long, but that it wouldn't be like a pile of evidence all in one place where someone could notice it. It's like one little thing here, one little thing here, so that they'd never piece it together or like know where to look for it. What else can we know? Anything that's either unknown to the public or unknown to the police as of this point. Either something we don't know or something that they don't know. Spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. It's like the woman's like shielding herself from the house blowing up. Everything blowing up in her face. Spontaneous. I think that's what I said, it was spontaneous. Like he may have been planning it, but in this moment he wasn't. It was rage. Let's do one more of these. Actually, well, this one we already know. Rage or extreme anger was a motive. And he's like screaming. It kind of looks like a heart. Like he's like, it looks like an anatomical heart. Like he's like screaming his heart out. I don't think he was screaming. I think he was like, I see him more like low talk, intimidating, like, or trying to, well, probably he was intimidating because she was scared of him. And the other one we have is interviews with relatives or friends may provide valuable clues. There's somebody who knows something that doesn't know that they know something. Like they don't know that what they know could be a piece of this. Maybe they will now that this case is kind of coming out. Maybe it was that this person didn't want to believe that Brian could do this, but now that there's this evidence coming out, maybe they'll be like, oh, maybe he is capable. There's something that somebody knows. So unfortunately, if her body is kind of scattered places. When I first heard this case, I for some reason was thinking like she was in the water, like he wrapped her whole and put her in the water, but that's not what we got here at all. So I do wonder if like maybe the body parts are in garbage and there's like a weapon or some kind of other evidence that's in the water. What else can we know about after what happened? What else can we know? Bioweapon with a mask. Bioweapon. Crossroads. The two different, they almost look like dumpsters, and there's two of them, so she's in different places. Her body's in different places. Missing piece. I don't know more about this bioweapon card. The star in reverse. Loss of hope. Bioweapon. The kids as a weapon. Turning the kids into a weapon. He thought that if he left her and they separated, that she would use the kids as a weapon. And something about that set him off that night. She could have said something like, oh, well, maybe I'll just take the kids and go. Or maybe it could have been something small, like I shouldn't have the kids around this or something. And he was like, she's using the kids as a weapon. He was staying with her solely for the fact of he didn't want to lose the kids. That's it. He didn't respect her. He thought that she was below him. He thought that she should be like praising him to even be with him. Queen of Swords. She didn't need him. She could have been fine without him, but she loved him. She loved him and she wanted to fight for her family and make it work. And he was using that against her, thinking that like, oh, she needs me. She can't live without me. She needs me. But really, she was just looking at it as I invested all this time and all of my energy of my life into building this family. So I'm willing to fight for it to make it work. And he just took it as, she can't live without me. What was Brian's energy when he was driving around that day and stopped at Home Depot and all of that on January 1st? What was his energy in the car as he was driving around? Queen of Shadows, wrath, instability, and suspicion. She felt his wrath because he was unstable and she had some suspicion. Are you talking to this person? Or what are you doing with this person? Or what are you not telling me? So that was his energy when he was driving around in the car. Oh, because he was driving around to dispose of her. That's why it's the feminine energy. Queen of Shadows. So at some point he had to be out of stuff that he needed to dispose of. What was his energy then? After he was done disposing of, allegedly, my opinion, after he was done disposing of everything. The Exile, Forsaken Soldier. Strategy, failure, trauma. It was a childhood trauma or trauma from long ago that was being rehashed. It was a failure because he wasn't expecting either to do it in this way or do it at this time, because this was an impulse. Even if he was previously planning it, doing it at this time in this way was impulsive because there was some kind of trauma trigger. That's like a city behind him. This is going to be a little gross, but I'm almost feeling like for example, my opinion, allegedly, my opinion, this would be like if he... There's too much to say. Let me pull a card. Six of Swords reversed. Trapped. So the information is trapped. Okay. This would be like if he divided the evidence, you know what I mean, into multiple bags and then just casually like walked into a store and threw the bag in the trash can and kept going. Went back, got another bag, threw it, and kept going. But there would have had to have been bigger pieces. What do you do with the bigger pieces? Sorry, I know that's like gross to say, but it's just the reality of the situation. The Fool in reverse. He was careless with them. Didn't know what to do with them. Two of Cups. Two of Cups, unfortunately, I feel like is another confirmation of what I feel like he did before chopping her up. My opinion, allegedly. Temperance. Yeah, Temperance. She was gone. She was an angel, but she was still there in the body. So there's at least like a most of, okay, so precursor, when I'm saying evidence here, I'm unfortunately meaning Anna as part of that, just because I don't want to say it separately. It's too much. So evidence, I believe that has been dispersed into different types of trash here and there, but there's like a bigger piece of evidence, as in like larger, bigger piece, that's not in trash. It's like buried somewhere. So I think that there's something in water, but the something that's in the water is like tools or cleanup or something like that is in the water. Evidence is dispersed in different trash bins or something close. But then there's something else that's buried, like a bigger part that he either didn't throw in the trash yet or didn't want to throw in the trash at all. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Guard it, yeah. It's in reverse. An intense love of life and strong fellow feeling. But it's in reverse. Shepherd is on the card. And a Jack. Shepherd. Shepherd. Barn? Is there a barn near him? What else? Is this pointing towards a barn? If near, great interest taken by friends. If far, there is suspicion. It was all the way over here on the other side, so it was far, so there's suspicion. I'm seeing it. Barn? Is there a barn that's on that path that he took, or somewhere near the path that he took, that there could be like a little burial place? It's in reverse. If near, success in all enterprises. If far, some unlucky events. And it was down here, so it was far. And then this is a 2. This is also a 2. This one says a long journey. If near, serious accident. If near 29, if near 44, serious accident. If near 29, robbery. We have a 2. So a long journey. So on his trip, like whatever the route is that he took, it would be at like one of the further away points from his home that there's a barn. And there's some evidence buried there. I don't want to say this, but I honestly feel like it's the head. Her head. This was in reverse. Loss by theft, if near, recovery after difficulty, if far, the loss is irretrievable. Irretrievable. So how would it be irretrievable if it was buried? How would it be irretrievable if it was buried? Does Brian have any connections to anyone who has a farm? If anybody knows, leave in the comments. I'm curious to know if Brian has any connections with anyone, like a family or a friend that has a farm with farm animals on it, or maybe a farm that he would have some kind of access to somehow. Couldn't have been there long. It would have to be like right off of his path that he took. I'm going to pull 2 from each side of this deck, and then I'm going to pull 2 more of the true crime cards, and then we're going to wrap this up for now. I know that there's like obviously still some work left to do in this case here, but I want to take a moment and look into a couple things so that I can figure out which direction to kind of head in this. Mental health. False person, but it was in reverse. False person. So a fake person in reverse, a real person. False person. It's wearing a mask. Let me get one card about the false person in reverse card. Queen of Wands. False person, Queen of Wands. Maybe there's someone who does know what he did. What can we know about what I just said if there's someone who maybe knows a little bit more than they're saying? High honors. Someone who holds him in high regard. Thinks it's just a mistake. Living room. High honors, living room, Queen of Wands, false person. Living room would be like him sitting down telling somebody what happened. Queen of Wands would be a feminine energy. False person is like presenting one side, like would be like Brian presenting himself one way to this person, but in reality he's another, but they could only see the good part of him. High honors is somebody that holds him in high regard. Beach in reverse. And pick 2 more because that kind of fell out weird. Oh, 2 came out anyway. Natural disaster and affair. Oh. Is it possible he told somebody she was cheating on him and he just snapped? And that person like felt like they... I'm going to pull one more. False person. Two came out. We have struggle and two wolves going at it. Oh, I just said he said that she was cheating and we got this card. Yeah, river in reverse. So we have river in reverse and beach in reverse. Natural disaster. Like the tornado of rage is the natural disaster. Then we have beach and river in reverse. Yeah, he disposed of like weapons or something that he used to after the fact is disposed of in the water. Like along his drive, he just like chucked it. Maybe not just like chucked it, but like made sure it sunk or something, but struggled. Two foxes. I'm really feeling somebody knows something here. Like either they know or suspect, and if it's a suspicion, then it's because he said something about her cheating. Like maybe if someone after she went missing said to him, oh, what do you think? His answer could have been something, allegedly, in my opinion, like, oh, well, she was cheating, so maybe she ran off with the guy. But that person has more information. They just don't know what they have. Or maybe that the person is the connection to the barn. I'm not sure, but there's some importance there. So he's currently sitting in jail right now. What is his energy right now, Brian? Lilith, thief of life. Hunger, animalism, instinct. Well, that pretty much sums up the entire reading in one card. She's like laying in the bed, kind of, or like laying down. The bell in the corner here is like the bell's going off, like ding, like the beginning of a match, like ding, and then it's, you know. Instinct is like that, just flip, rage, snap. Animalism is what I feel happened after or before the murder, alleged murder, in my opinion, is that animalism, you know, and that also goes in with hunger. I think this is it for right now. I'm going to look into a couple things here and see. Now that I have this basis, I can look into the case a little bit more deeply and know what to look for, know what I'm looking at. It helps other things kind of stand out where they're supposed to. So I'm going to do that. I always like to end the reading on like a productive note. So let's just pull one more of these. Okay. Killer is out of the area. Killer is out of the area. That would be like going down to dispose of stuff. Killer out of the area. Additional evidence at the scene may be discovered. And it's like a detective looking at the floor of like the body outline. I think that she never left that house. My opinion, allegedly, she never left that house. The attack started in the bedroom. Not the murder part of it, but an attack started in the bedroom. The murder part happened in the basement. It might have been living room and then basement, but she died in the basement. My opinion, allegedly. She died in the basement, and then yeah, he spread everything out, so he didn't think he was going to be able to get caught. Or he thought, if I get caught, they'll never be able to find the body. Which leads me to believe that they have to find that bigger piece of evidence that's buried with that shed. They might still have a case anyway, but it'd be a lot easier with that. I'm going to see if I can find that shed that I believe it's at. Again, all this is alleged, my opinion. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.